Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome into Sports Chat with Mr. 33. I am he, Mr. 33. And of course, y'all know what we do normally on a Friday, weekly Wrestling Friday. And we're going to just pretty much sum up what happened tonight on SmackDown. This Raw was pretty much leading up to tomorrow night event, the Royal Rumble. So let's just get into that. So we see that we see a lot of people was conversating, talking about what they're gonna do, whatever. We see CM Punk come out, tell Kevin Owens, like, in a nutshell, when I see you, well, I'm gonna win. If you win, then I'm gonna see you in the WrestleMania moment, whatever. And Kevin Owens like, I don't even like you, and so, I don't even care about nothing you talk about. So CM Punk said, you know what? Pretty much, I may not have main event WrestleMania like you did, and so on and so forth. But hey, we can go right now. We can go toe to toe right now. And so, Kevin Owens, he gracefully bowed out. And that was the end of that segment. Then we had a lot of matches. We had quite a few matches tonight. We had the 4-man tag between DIY, Pretty Deadly, Motor City Machine Guns, and Los Gargas. Gargas. The fake LWO. That's what I'm gonna call them because I can't pronounce their name right now. We had women's matchup. We had Mi Chin fight Chelsea Green once again. I guess they're tuning. Well, I think they was tuning up for tomorrow night, even though they haven't. I don't think they officially put their hats in the ring. I have to check that real quick. I don't think that, like I said, I don't think Meechin has threw a hat in there. No, I don't think so. And we know that Chelsea Green ain't throw a hat in there. As of right now, I think we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We only got 10 women, and I think we have 15 men. I don't believe anybody announced that they was going in tonight. If they did, please forgive me. Uh, there's a lot of sports going on, so I was pretty much trying to catch everything at one time. Uh, so the Meechin versus Chelsea Green match, they was tussling, whatever. Uh, you know, like I always say, Meechin, she's gonna be that mid card that mid card wrestler, right? I don't think. I mean, if they do elevate her, that would be great. But in the meantime, she's fighting for, she's fighting for time on on the set shows, or especially SmackDown, because that's the brand, right? So she's fighting B-Fab. B-Fab. I think a she has a pretty good idea of the ring. It's just that being with the Street Profits, they don't. She wasn't really asked to wrestle. She was more of a manager. They almost had her like, what's the lady name that used to wrestle? Manage the dudes. Shaniqua. I don't know if y'all go that far back, but it's kind of like a Shaniqua situation, right? She was the dominatrix. She come down to the ring. She bully a couple of girl managers, and then she just stand in the corner. But B-Fab, they trying to bring her in slowly but surely. So they teamed her up with Meechin. Me personally, I think that's a good idea. Because Meechin, she been around for a little while, different different stations, different junctures of the profession, whether it's TNA or places of that nature. So they teamed up, but they was in the singles match. We saw B-Fab in her first match last week. Like I said, she did pretty well, and but back to Meechin. Meechin, they ended up getting a disqualification. Meechin wins, but you know the belt don't change hands on countouts and disqualifications. So Chelsea Green gets to keep her belt. Uh, you know, I guess she gets to hold on for another week. Uh, we see the Miz and Andrade have a match tonight, and you know Miz is one of those guys that you don't really want to watch his matches because you know seeing him for the longest period of time, right? And you get to predict his matches, but Andrade gets to move. He moves around very well for his size, and uh, the match was a pretty lengthy match. Andrade did what he could to make it look better than it was supposed to, but in the end, Andrade wins the match. Uh, the Miz loses his first match on SmackDown after coming back to that match. Excuse me, coming back to SmackDown. Uh, what else did we have today? We had Naomi. Naomi fought Liv Morgan with Bianca in her corner and Raquel and Liv's corner. That was a good match. Liv, she's being small, you would think she's agile, things like that. What up, though? So, uh, they try to do what they can to make Liv practical or whatever the case may be, and then she comes in. Naomi's a vet, so they pulled that match out, and at the end of the match, Naomi gets the pin after the interference. Gets the pin before Raquel comes in. She they she clotheslined both Bianca and Naomi. Liv comes in, they start fighting. They put them in this, they put them in the center of the rope at the center of the ring, excuse me, as after Raquel puts the boots to them, literally puts the boots to the face. And they do the little power bomb things. But a lot of the night was really about the segments, like, in the back, I don't know if anybody was paying attention to it, but uh in all the scene, all of the background, the back interviews and the back conversations, did anybody notice that Shinsei Nakamura was in back of like 90% of those situations, just standing there spinning around like he just lurking and watching people, right? So uh I found that to be kind of interesting. Uh then what else happened tonight? So uh Damian Priest came out to have a conversation, and Jacob, Jacob and Tongaloa came out, and they're like, "Listen, we know who you are, homie." I'm paraphrasing, of course. We know you get it from the streets. You get it from the mud. I know what you're talking about. And Damien said, "Well, pretty much. Okay, well, you know where I'm from. Why are we still talking?" So he super kicks Tongaloa, and they about to face off. They face off a little bit. They're getting a little skirmish. Tongaloa comes to, and they start jumping him. LA Knight comes out, evens the numbers up. Slides out the ring, grabs a chair, grabs the mic, picks up the mic, say, "Yo, it's two of you people there. It's two of us here. Let's go ahead and have this match." Excuse me. So they made the match official. That ended up becoming the main event. Um, am I missing something? Oh, yeah. So Tippy time, Tippy comes out. She's talking to Michael Cole and the football player. Oh God, Pat McAfee. Candice LeRae interrupts, tells her, like you disappoint me, you disgust me, whatever. And then Nia tries, as she making her way to the ring, they still talking. Nia comes from behind, try to splash Tiffy, hits Candice LeRae. Uh, After that, it was a wrap. Once she got her hands on Tiffy, it was, she hit her with the Annihilator. Like, yo, you ain't going nowhere. Pretty much sums it up, right? Uh, the main event. Let's just go to the main event. So Jacob, Jacob and Tongaloa versus LA Knight and Damian Priest. Great match, very good match. I was I was highly I was highly entertained with that match because most of us that's been watching this, we know that Tongaloa, he be messing a lot of things up, but he actually did good tonight, right? The match was well orchestrated. It was well fought. Uh, Jacob. I think in this match, though, I think this is one of the times that I think this is the most that I've seen Jacob, being put out. So, uh, LA Knight, he did great because he almost slipped on the move to knock Jacob over the railing. Over the padding by the announce table. Uh, so it left Damien with Tongaloa. Uh, Damien hits the move at the end, the choke slam. I call it a fadeaway choke slam because I can't remember. I never remember that the name of that move. But he hits the choke slam, fades him off, gets the ping. LA Knight and them get the win. Right after that, Jacob comes in the ring. Jacob do what he do. Uh, he puts the beats on Damian Priest. He goes to the top rope, do the moonsault. Now, if I was a betting man, I think that's gonna be the heat after the Rumble. I can see them going at it, or him him and Tongaloa versus Braun and Damian Priest as tag teams, and then individualize it for a little while after Mania. I mean, excuse me, after Royal Rumble. Uh, I can't recall if I'm missing a match, but here are the participants that I know of for sure that will be in the Rumble. We'll start with the ladies because y'all know ladies are first, right? So the people that I know that is going to be participating that I can recall is Io Sky, Ivy Now, Lyra Valkyria, Carol Rodriguez, Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair, Naomi, Charlotte, Bailey, Nia Jax. Those are the 10. Now, I have because TNA is now involved with the WWE. I'm gonna guess that what's the lady's name that they keep talking about? No, I can't see that. I can't see that because this is what I was thinking, right? Uh, I was thinking, what if Priest and Roman become the Heat? But I don't even know if Roman's gonna be on SmackDown. That would be like that'll definitely hold it down. Or maybe you think Priest and Cody may go at it. I don't know. You know, that's the reason why Jordan Grace, yeah, I think she's gonna be in the match with the women. Uh the girls that well, we'll talk about that. Lash Legend and Jakari Jackson. But let me go ahead and hit that real quick, right? Uh NXT tag team title match. There's there's a rumbling that Lash Legend and Jakari Jackson got screwed out of the match because the referee didn't count to get the 3 count correctly. And I believe it was Naomi that kicked out. And then eventually Bianca and Naomi won that match. I mean, if we're gonna be honest, we already knew that they couldn't lose that match because if they was the number one contenders to Liv in, I believe it's Liv in Raquel. How was that gonna work if Lash Legend that was gonna win? So I wasn't really upset about it, but it was just something that was a thing to look at. Uh, but I believe that those two young ladies, will be in the Rumble as well. I'm trying to figure out which older lady may come in. I think I think Mickey James in there. Mickey James might pop in there because I think she's still active wrestling. Uh, I'm, but like I said, it's only 10 women. I have a funny feeling Candice LeRae may enter. Uh, we gotta wait till tomorrow to see who's gonna do what, which older person comes in. That's the only 10 you know, that I have for the women. As far as the fellas, right? We know that Roman's gonna be there. LA Knight, John Cena, Punk, uh, Jey Uso, Roman Reigns, Seth, Drew, Rey Mysterio, Sami Zayn, Shinsuke, Logan Paul, Penta, Chad Gable, Braun Breaker, Carmelo Hayes. Uh, I don't think nobody announced themselves tonight of entering. Like I didn't even hear Jacob say like I didn't even hear Jacob say he's trying to get in the Royal Rumble. He ain't even talking about the Rumble. He just want to. He might just go in there just to fight, see what he can do, right? But uh, with those 15 names, I can see a couple. I can see Omi Fed, the NXT champ. Oh, Omi going in there. I can see him in there. I can see Trick in there, and they may bring a couple older people out. They may bring some like I. I hope they don't bring the Hardy Boys from TNA to give them a little exposure. I don't really like. I don't know which TNA person will come out because I'm not gonna uh say that I watched them. I just know that there's a couple of names and faces over there. So, but it's gonna be very interesting to see who they bring in for that uh for the rest of this roster. Like I said, that was 15, and we can observe all of that tomorrow night. 6 p.m. is the start time. Uh, I believe it's on Peacock. I think that's their pay. See, I don't even understand how that works. Y'all got it on Netflix, but y'all put it on Peacock. But hey, that's something they probably working. Maybe they'll work on or work out or however have you. But tomorrow is definitely gonna be a sporting Saturday, right? Not only do we have uh the Royal Rumble, and we know that Cody, what you gonna do, brother? We know that he can't wrestle. He better not wrestle. They might well put him and Ric Flair in for one more match. Just say go sit down somewhere. Uh, we got a boxing match tomorrow night. We got David Benavidez against Morrow Jr. It was a very I would watch the interview on First Take with David Benavidez. He he's professing this guy's been talking too much to him, even though Benavidez is up in the weight class. I think this is for the light heavyweight. This is the light heavyweight matches, right? And the undercard, I believe. No, I'm sorry. He said some names. A boxing match that's going to happen February 22nd. I can't recall what he said or the names he said. Excuse me. But those two, whoever wins that main event on February 22nd is going to be face the winner of the Benavidez uh Morrow Jr. fight tomorrow night. So, we got a couple of weeks of boxing coming on. I believe that undercard starts at 8 p.m. So it's like I said, it's a lot going on. Oh, he also said that uh, pretty much Canelo's ducking him. That's how he felt. And he felt like he was doing too much in the class like he's in now, so he had to he just want to go up in weight class to win championships. So that's something that he also said. I wish I could have found a clip to watch it again, but I'm just going off of the interview that I saw actually, which was yesterday, Thursday. So, that's going to be an interesting, that's going to be a good fight tomorrow. So I got all of these things happening at one time, right? We got that. We got Royal Rumble. Turn into basketball real quick. The NBA has announced their reserve players as they prepare to get their all-star rosters prepared. As their all-star weekend will be Valentine weekend. which is from the 14th to the 16th. So we have the following as All-Star reserves. From the Eastern Conference, we have Darius Garland. We're going to go with the guards first. Darius Garland, Cade Cunningham from the Detroit Pistons, Darius Garland from the Cavs, Damian Lillard from the Bucks, Tyler Hero from the Heat, Jaylen Brown, Evan Mobley, Jaylen Brown from the Celtics, Evan Mobley from Cleveland, and Pascal Siakam from the Pacers. Now, a name that I didn't mention was LaMelo Ball. Now, LaMelo Ball led all guards in votes from the fans. So, they're they're considering him a snub because the fan that voted him in. And, the players also said he was good enough, but the media didn't approve of him at all. So they just totally eliminated him. I was actually nervous because if they was going to let the Mellow Ball in, I thought that somebody like Cade Cunningham wasn't going to make it. Now, if you look at my community wall, I said that it was going to be uh, Trae Young, who's the NBA leader in assists, but he didn't make it. I found that kind of shocking. So those are my snubs. And if I had to pick another big man, I would have picked Cleveland's Jared Allen because their record is so crazy that they are actually worthy of having four players, but they got three in there anyway with Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, and Donovan Mitchell, who's going to start that game. So when we go to the West Conference, right? We got Anthony Edwards from the Timberwolves, James Harden from the Clippers, Victor Wembanyama from the Spurs, Jalen Williams from the Thunder, Alperen Sengun from the Rockets, Jaren Jackson Jr. from the Grizzlies, and Anthony Davis rounds it out from the Los Angeles Lakers. I think I had Norman Powell as one of the guards that should have been to get in there. I didn't pick Sabonis, even though he was the leading. No, I did pick Sabonis. I'm sorry, I picked Sabonis, but I guess they felt that Jaren Jackson's his team is doing a lot better than Sabonis, and Anthony Davis' team is good. Now, Anthony Davis may not play an All-Star game as he's injured. That's a to be determined situation. They may replace somebody. They may add Sabonis if Anthony Davis don't get to play. So those are the finalists, the reserves. As we know that the starters for the East is Jalen Brunson from the New York Knicks, Donovan Mitchell from the Cleveland Cavs, Karl Anthony Towns is from the New York Knicks, Giannis Antetokounmpo from the Milwaukee Bucks, and Jason Tatum rounds out the starting five for the Eastern Conference. In the West, you have LeBron James from the Lakers, Kevin Durant from the Phoenix Suns, Nikola Jokic from the Denver Nuggets, Steph Curry from the Golden State Warriors, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander from the Oklahoma City Thunder. Those are the starters for the Western Conference. And like I said, that game will be Sunday night. The All-Star festivities will begin on Valentine's Day, rookie versus, well, it's not even rookies versus second season now. I think it's the U.S. Uh first 2 year guys like rookies and second year players against the world's first and second players that's in the NBA. Saturday. I don't. They didn't say who's entering the 3 point contest or the horse contest, but that's the Saturday night festivities as well as the main the slam dunk contest. I have. It's another year that nobody of notoriety or NBA stature will be in this. This is why you know people are starting to dislike this weekend because the players they feel most people feel like the players ain't taking this seriously. I believe they have a new format. I will get that to you as soon as I get to understand it because I don't even understand it. Yeah, the West do sound crazy, like they gonna score like 500 points, but I think they have a new way of doing this thing. So it's gonna be a different thing, different format. So, like I said, I'm working on understanding it so I could better explain it. It's not the same way that it was the past few years. They're very upset. They feel like All Star games shouldn't be 200 points for both teams. So we have to, they're trying to spice it up, but we'll get more into that next week as we find out more names that's going to enter the 3 point contest. Uh, as they try to get what's the girl name? Caitlin Clark to have a shootout with against Steph Curry, I believe, but she refused. So they trying things to make it you know watchable, viewable, right? But I don't think if you've been watching the All Star Weekend for the longest period of time, of course you're gonna watch it. That's like a tradition for you, right? But they're doing the best that they can to spruce it up so people can get back into it the way it was. Me personally, I think people like John Morant should have entered the slam dunk contest. Uh, Even though I don't know if he didn't or he did, but he's been injured. Jalen Green from the Houston Rockets. They got some pretty good dunkers. Excuse me, but if you don't know who they are, it's not going to excite you, right? So that's what's going on for the All Star Weekend. Uh, but like I said, we're going to focus on tomorrow night as, like I said, we got boxing, we got the Royal Rumble. I believe the Knicks and Lakers are playing on national television tomorrow, 8:30 as well. So for me, it's gonna be like it's a lot going on. Uh, I believe the boxing match is on ESPN Plus and I believe Amazon Prime. I'll have to check to confirm that. But that card starts at 8 p.m. once again. So, I might need about 4 TVs to watch that smack the middle of the Rumble and try to catch the Knicks and Laker game at the same time. So, like I said, for me, it's going to be pretty busy. Like this, you know, like this whole entire week has been pretty busy, right? We had Raw, we had NXT, we had SmackDown. So these are the things that's going on. It just seems a little light because we've been talking about football for the past few months, and it's like we only got this last game left. Even though they are playing the Pro Bowl tomorrow. Now, personally, I don't follow the Pro Bowl because it's like the NBA All Star game. It's like it's flag football now, right? And it's 7-on-7. It's like they just disregard the linemen, even though they are Pro Bowl people. Uh, Offensive defensive line don't appear. It's like 7-on-7s. Uh, I don't really follow it because I think a lot of these guys have taken being selected as a All Star or a Pro Bowler. They take it for granted. You know what I mean? Like we remember one time it used to be in Hawaii. They moved it from Hawaii to, I believe it's in Orlando again this year. Like, to be honest, like yesterday, I didn't even watch the Pro Bowl festivities yesterday. You know, they had the quarterbacks throw the ball and, hit the markers and all of that stuff. I didn't watch any of that. I totally forgot. That's how disinterested I was about the whole scenery, right? Uh, there's a few people that's not playing. Like, if you make it to the Super Bowl participants don't have to play in the All Star, the Pro Bowl, right? So, I don't even think Patrick Mahomes made the Pro Bowl, but people like Saquon Barkley ain't got to participate. I'm pretty sure he made the Pro Bowl, things like that. So, Chris Jones for the defensive tackle for the Kansas City Chiefs. So, they probably subbed him up, uh, just to have and now somebody's a Pro Bowler that that wasn't originally a Pro Bowler. You know what I mean? And it wasn't because of an injury. So, you know, um, like I said, it's been hectic. The WNBA has been making some noises. They had a free agency class start today. Brittany Griner, you know, most people know her for being locked up in Russia, but she changed her team. She's playing for the Atlanta basketball team. What's his name? Not the Atlanta. Is that the Atlanta Sky? No, they're not. Can't remember their name. But she's playing down in Atlanta after playing for Phoenix for the past 11 years. There's a couple of moves that they're minor moves, but it's shaping things up, right? Kelsey Plum, she used to play for the Aces. She got traded to the Sparks for in a three-team trade. Jewel Lloyd, who used to play for the Seattle Storm, is going to Vegas, and LA. Seattle is getting some draft picks. So, like I said, for me, trying to keep up with all of these sports activities, it was a lot this week. But I do what I post a lot of it so you guys can, grasp it. So I can show you how inter- important all sports aspects is to me, because I do follow a lot of the sports, right? So I've been keeping up with that. Uh, I think because I missed last week, I don't even think people even know that Pete Carroll is now the head coach for the Vegas Raiders. They gave him the job. Uh, that's one. I think there's only one spot that's available for the coaching position. I think that's the Saints, and they're trying to get. I think they're looking at Kellen Moore for the Philadelphia Eagles, the offensive coordinator. But that can't be official until after the Super Bowl if they're going to hire him, because that'll be like tampering. So that's why I know my 33 brother. I know he heard this, but I know they felt like people were tampering with Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn, because as soon as they lost, they was out of there. Ben Johnson goes to Chicago, and Aaron Glenn goes to the Jets. So, you know, I know a lot of people felt like, hey, they was talking the whole time, even while they was in the playoff run or whatever the case may be. But you know, you gotta, even with these coaching jobs, sometimes you just gotta take it, because you never know if you get another opportunity. So I understand that, you know. So congratulations to all of these new head coaches. Uh, well, Pete is not a new coach, obviously, but congratulations for the new job. And now they get ready after the Super Bowl. Free agency. The The draft, I believe, is in April the 24th to the 26th. Yeah, so it's just like I said, it's just so much that's happening. Now, as far as the Benavidez match, I believe that Benavidez. I'm gonna say I'm gonna go on and predict. Uh, I'm gonna say 6 rounds, 7 rounds, seven heaven. So I'm gonna say 7 rounds. Benavidez will knock Morrow Jr. out, and then we could find out we already understand his next opponent will be the 22nd, but I still think he's trying to get that Canelo fight going. I don't know if he can. I don't know what's holding that back, but that's what he's going to be picking. Uh, that's what I think he's going to be looking for. Okay, my 33 brother going live tonight. Shout out to my 33 brother. He'll be going live in a half an hour, 12:40. So if you catch the replay, go check him out. If you're here now, get ready because he got something to talk about. He's been having great lives. Last night, I believe he was talking about the expectations for men, going into a relationship. If I'm not mistaken, I don't know. This is a pop-up live, so it's going to be an open panel. So he's going to allow you guys to talk about whatever it is that you want to talk about. You know, on another note, on a sad note, that flight that crashed in heading towards DC. Condolences to all of those families. They said there was no survivors, but there was some athletes, right? Even though we don't really speak about them in that manner, there was 14 figure skaters that lost their life in that tragic accident. So they was coming from in Boston and they was heading to DC. I believe they was going to an event or like a tournament type of situation, and they all perished in that accident, right? So we send our condolences to all that lost their life in that situation. Um, now we also, well, I don't think this is related to sports, but at the same time, uh, another plane went down in Philly by the mall. So, you know, I don't, it's a lot of situations that, whether it's sports or not, it's a life event. And, it's just sad that people, they're losing their lives before they get to live it, you know. So that's why, we got to cherish every moment, right? Celebrate every moment, celebrate every victory. Figure out how to overcome the losses and defeats that we have in these sporting events, but not take it too seriously because, we see that there are people not even making their events. There's people not getting to see their family and loved ones. We still got the fires in LA. People are still losing homes and trying to recover from that. So there's a lot that affects, you know, people every day. Sometimes, like I said, the beauty of sports is it takes you away from that reality for a couple of hours, whatever sport it is. Right now, we just have the NBA, and you know, now we down to the last game of the Super Bowl. But even the past several weeks, we had the playoffs, NFL playoffs, some great games, some great results, great endings. But it can't, we can't replace life. It can't replace the losses of homes and things like that. But it can get your mind away from the sadness and the doom and glooms of everyday life. And if we can talk about it to help people, that's what we'll do on this channel. Because like I said, this channel was made for reasons just like that, to escape the realities of the world, right? Get your, have your sports conversation, talk about who's the best basketball player. Should Saquon win the MVP? Who's going to win the Super Bowl? Who do we think is going to win the Rumble? I don't know who's going to win the Rumble, to be honest with you. If I had to pick, I think I would say Roman Reigns to spruce up both brands, because he gets to literally go from brand to brand to choose which one he wants to go to in that format, because we technically don't know if he's on the Raw roster or not, even though Paul Heyman was on there the other day. We don't know. So I can see him winning and going from brand to brand. If he wants to fight Gunther, or, well, even though he said he wants his belt back, he can entertain which side he wants to go to, which gives him free reign to go, no pun intended, to go from Raw to SmackDown. And like I said, he hasn't had a on air. He hasn't made an appearance on air since War Games, so we don't know per se. But that's my pick. And for the women, this might be a shocker for everybody. I'm glad Realist ain't here, because Realist may not like my pick. I'm gonna go with the shocker and say Charlotte Flair. Why? I don't even have a reasoning behind it. I just think that she's the one that's gonna need the narrative of having, you know, because I don't even know if she's been gone for so long. I don't know what storyline they can have for her but that. So those are my picks for the 2025 Royal Rumble: Roman Reigns and Charlotte Flair. And we will be back tomorrow night. Yeah, I think so. We'll probably be on tomorrow night to have that conversation. Or I don't know. I don't want to. I don't want to wait till after the match, the boxing match. But maybe, I don't know. Maybe we'll talk during the match. I don't know. That might be kind of dope if I watch the match and things like that. I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all want to do. I know my 33 brother, he'll probably say, let's rock out. Shout out to my 33 brother. But, like I said, whatever we can do to get this thing popping, to talk about the sporting events that we have. Like I said, no more football. I won't be on Sunday, but there's no football Sunday. I'll be on the 9th for the last game of the season. But in the meantime, in between time, there are sporting events that still occurring. So I will continuously update you. Uh, whether it's the community wall or whatever have you. I just wish there was a way I could do highlights of the games on YouTube and like break it down. I mean, that's something to look into as far as the NBA aspect. So, I'm looking for ways to keep the channel active. I mean, we got, like I said, we still got uh the wrestling events and basketball. So we're gonna try to do things to spruce it up. Uh, but that's pretty much it for tonight, everybody. Uh, you guys go ahead and like I said, catch my 33 brother in the next 20 minutes as he's preparing himself to get on. Uh, But that sums up the week of, you know, my weekly wrestling Friday. Well, the actual week itself. You know, as we wind it down, we're getting ourselves. Well, we are ready. We are excited for the Rumble tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Eastern. As I said on Peacock, you know. But like I said, me personally, it's gonna be a night, right? I think I think you know I'll probably try to get on here after the Rumble, but I'll be uh keeping my eye on that match, that boxing match tomorrow night as well. So y'all come on through. I'll see y'all in 23 hours to have that conversation. Thank y'all for stopping in to hear Sports Chat with Mr. 33 from the Channel 9 studio. It is I, Mr. 33, and I'll see you guys in 23 hours. Y'all have a good one. Don't forget, uh, the Word is having an open panel tonight. I'll be over there. I hope to see you guys over there as well. I'm out. Have a good night.